Good morning, everyone. And it is early morning in the United States in some places, but not in Europe, where one of our competitors is. Welcome to the finals of the 2023 WBIF Women's World Championship. It was a grueling 13 rounds of play. And at the end, the two people standing are Maya Peycheva and from Bulgaria, and Kara Schultz from the United States. And they've reached the final of the tournament finish. And we have Layla, who finished third. And here we are. So we're going to be starting it. It's a 13-point match. And excited to have our commentary by Kent Goulding and Roberto Lissenberger. And Kent was inducted into the American Backgammon Hall of Fame in the inaugural cohort in 2015. He has too many things to even talk about, but let's just go over the last year or so. He was fifth in the Masters jackpot in 2022, Los Angeles. He was also the auctioneer of the Calcutta auction there. And he was third and fourth in the 2022 Cherry Blossom Classic Super Jackpot, fifth in the Masters jackpot in Los Angeles, third and fourth in the 2022 Cherry Blossom Classic. And with Karen Davis, he won the 2023 Cherry Blossom Doubles Tournament. They finished second in 2023's Backgammon winning women's mixed doubles. So he'll be commentating. And then we have Roberto Litzenberger, who's a Backgammon Masters Award body master class #1. He ranks 50th on the Giants of Backgammon 2022 and 15th on the World Backgammon Federation Backgammon World Rating. He won the 2018 Cherry Blossom Championship. He's played for Team USA in numerous international backgammon competitions. Most recently, he played for Team USA, which won second place in the World Team Champions in North Macedonia. He directs numerous BMAB USA events and was recently instrumental in the launch of the BMAB US Players Cup. And I'm happy to say he's got a website for that going up shortly. We'll announce that when that happens. And our two competitors today, Maya is one of only 4 women to have achieved master status in the Backgammon Masters Award body with a performance rating of 5.9 currently. She won 2 super jackpots, 64 and 32 entrants respectively at the 2022 Pasha BGT Cyprus Opens, and it goes on and on and on. A highlight of her backgammon competition was playing and winning her first match in the Masters division against Paul McGrill in the Masters division of the Backgammon Championship in 1995. She is on the tournament committee for the World Backgammon Internet Federation. And outside of backgammon, she was Bulgaria's on the women's volleyball champion in '94. She's a postgraduate qualification in sports management, and she finished part 1 of the Barça, which is the Barcelona course for football tactical analysts. So a Renaissance man who happens to be a woman. Okay, so, and now we have Kara Schultz, excuse me, who skyrocketed to the top levels of backgammon since winning the California State Novice Division in 2018. 5 years later, she won the Paul Dingwall Amateur Jackpot in 2023. She's out in June 2023 in Los Angeles. She tied for third, fourth in the same event, as well as winning the Wonder Woman Jackpot. In 2022, she won the New York Metropolitan Open Lady Liberty Cup, garnering Women in Backgammon cash prize and a backgammon travel board. She tied for 8th and 12th in the inaugural WBIF Online Women's Championship. She and her coach, Jonah Seawald, who I see is here today, thanks, Jonah, for coming, won the doubles event at the 2021 Wild West Shootout. She won the first U.S. World Women's Online National Championship in 2020 and a spot on the Women's USA team. She's a member of the board of directors of the U.S. Backgammon Federation. So what an exciting match we should be having today. Kara is her name. Okay, I always called her Kara, but we'll call her Kara, which is how she pronounces her name. So my apologies on that. And where are we at? Are we anywhere, Roberto, that we can,
Well, in the WBIF room, I only see myself, so I'm not sure if that's where everyone's going to be playing. Welcome, everyone. Good morning.
There were no 2 cubes. There were no 2 cubes at all in that match, and we thought, wow, this is really great backgammon. And this is sometime,
Okay.
you know, probably in the mid 70s, and that's not great backgammon. That's terrible backgammon. And both of these players, I believe, were trained much more recently than that. Have plenty of practice with proper cube strategy. So compared to 50 years ago, I would expect the cube to just look more like a ping pong game, which is good. That's good backgammon.
So you're saying that back in the day, everyone played it like they were 3 away, many away on the 3 away side. They're just really conservative, not doubling until the position was clearly understood that they thought the other person.
Oh, they just didn't. They couldn't translate. They didn't know or understand the math, or couldn't translate the position to where on a scale of, am I 80%, you know, 20, 75%, 50%. People had barely learned to count pips in races by the mid 1970s, as strange as that sounds. So really analyzing how good your chances were in any game is critical to using the cube, and people just couldn't do that, or were off by a mile.
Now, when I actually found the backgammon book by Jacoby and Crawford when I was a teenager on my dad's shelf, and I read that pretty much before I played backgammon. But that book from the early 70s did talk about doubling points, and I think it even mentions the story of, like, why, you know, that kind of what you're saying, even though that it seems like you're saying that was playing out in the late 70s, even though that was written in the early 70s, mentioning that people should double.
And we are ready. We are ready to go. So if we want to go in, I think they're both there. And
let's record. And if Roberto would share screen,
we're recording.
Okay, I will share my screen. Hold on, and I will have to find them separately because in that room I do not see anybody. So
if you just find their name and click on their name, you can observe.
Okay, hold on, because I'm in the WBF room, but I do not see them there.
Oh, but there's her name. Her name is right. Yeah.
So let me go down.
And you should turn off your button so no one approaches you, Roberto, if you haven't. Okay.
What do you mean by my buttons? Okay, here we go. We're off. Looks like we had a fast 3-2 split, and then 6-3 or 5-4 whacking from the mid here. We have Cara on top. Maya's down here on the bottom in black. Okay, is this good? Can everyone see the screen?
It's all good.
Okay, good. Just making sure. I'm not used to doing the format like this. Okay, a pair of 5-1s. Great roll by Cara there. That's what we all love to see early on. The nice little middling anchor there for Maya.
There's nothing much to do with this 6-2. I mean, you can pop out to safety, but in a weird way, that blot on the 21 point is almost an asset.
Yeah, I think I like running from the back there and creating a builder, you know, just kind of spreading them out and not being stuck.
I agree. I agree. And then there was a running from the back also put together the massive duplication of 2s and 4s.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus Cara has her 5-point, a strong board built, so she would welcome the, you know, the blot hitting, or wrestling as I call it.
Yeah, and you want to wrestle when the other player just has the 6 point.
Right.
Disposto. Illustrado.
You know, that word wrestle reminds me of like I forget which one, like a
Jak się mi tira
candy we
vegana.
got in the
Vegana gleo.
meetings too.
Na to się ubijemy.
Somebody needs to be muted.
Yeah, let's mute everybody.
Okay, while we were
6-2. Ooh, that's
okay.
That I would be scared to do that, but
Where's the pip count?
pip count's down the bottom. So the pip count is it's even. I mean, the race is even. There's a 4 pip difference. So right now it will be dead even after this. So race wise, Maya's ahead by 4 pips right now.
Here, is it clear to make the 4 versus the 9 point? These can be very tricky.
With 1 checker back, yes, I would. If there was 2 back, if she didn't jump out, I probably would have made the 9. Making the 9 point when someone does a 3 point anchor, I like to say turns it into the 2 point anchor when you make that 9 point. But yes, with only 1 checker back, I would have made the board here. Sets up for plays like this, which is
Right, which is, I think, clearly right. She really has to attack that last back checker. There's no she doesn't want to give Maya a chance to do something productive on her side of the board. B, she doesn't want that back checker to escape. And C, she's got the she's got the edge in home board points. This is a tough 6 to play there.
that was a tough 6. I mean, it's generally right. I mean, sometimes you come down just to kind of counter prime. Oh, and a quick pass. Okay.
Whoa, I'm curious about that.
Yeah. So if I was going to pass, then I probably would have came down with the 6.
All right, well, we're on to the next game. That's one thing which sometimes happens in the more pressure you're playing under for anybody is there's a tendency to play too fast. And I know, I've suffered from that for 50 years. But I know the position that just popped up, the double and then quick pass. I'd have spent a fair amount of time on both sides of that decision. And it happened quickly.
You're saying you've been really slow to learn not to play fast.
Oh, that's correct.
Yeah. Okay, 3-1, great number. Again, ooh, a dance. I guess we're gonna see a cube here by my.
Well, I think you
guess.
should.
Yep. Okay, no. I mean, there's 3 checkers back, but I think that was time that I would have shipped. Ooh, blocked by the outfield. And now we'll see. We'll see here. I would come down here. I don't like dumping checkers because there's going to keep being more contact. But this is kind of where the last game played out. When Maya jumped out last game, that's when the cube came. So Kara could easily, be remembering that last one and is thinking, now the cube's going to come.
There's a cube here also, but I'm not, if I was going to take this cube, I'd rather take it here than take it with the blot dumped on my 2 point. At least here, all of my checkers are in play and a lucky roll here and there. Whoops.
Yeah. Oh, that is a lucky roll.
Yeah. Now we're just in pure blitz mode. Get the builders down and close the points.
Ooh, big miss there, but
just builders.
Okay, 4-1. No action play here.
Oh,
Big roll coming up. Big roll coming up. And there's the 4. Excellent anchor. Kara's very, very happy with that 4. And now there's a lot of play in this position.
I may have hit the blot on the 4 point last turn. And now it would still be a scramble, but there'd be no anchor. As opposed to hitting the blot on the bar point. But that's way behind us now.
Yeah, well, that's sort of your goal when you're just kind of being blitzed is you make that anchor. And if you get something, you turn it into a, 50-50 game fast. If you can establish an anchor. So
yeah, this went from almost sure gammon to really anybody's game.
Yeah, and I would just jump out and hit just like this. You know, you're not playing an ace point game yet. You've made a good interboard point, and here we are. It's going to be mutual holding game from here for a while. Now, of course, with that board advantage, Maya is still, if there's going to be, you know, hit for hit, you know, it's scarier against a 4-point board for sure. But if you can keep coming in.
Now, what about here, Roberto? Kara can pull up her back blot and just sort of sit on the position like that, or could conceivably, even with her deficiency in homeborn points, there was a double hit attacking play available. Was which strat is one strategy? Others so clear?
I don't think I would attack when my checkers are back and their board stronger. So I think I like this play. Oh, and look at this. Even that was a hard choice there. I'm not sure if I would just not make that outside point, but that is a weakness of mine.
Yeah, I liked her play. Now what have we got for?
So I guess you're going to see the 6 jump from the back and then slot the ace. It's not. Oh, I was on the wrong person on roll. I'm going to have to readjust to how I'm looking at this mentally. Yeah, look for the checker on the right side, like always. The person on roll.
This is a nice one. She can. Well, she could make her 5-point, but she just make her 9-point.
9, yeah, 9's great. Again, 9-point with that 3-point made is really going to hem those checkers in. And I think with that play, you know, she's clearly a favorite, I think, in this.
This is clear. By the way, the previous play for Maya, I'm not sure it wasn't right to actually abandon the 18-point and try to keep more control of the board instead of, smushing down to her ace point.
That was an interesting play. Obviously looking desperate for flexibility and jumping out instead of making the board. She saw to kind of come off that 3-point because she sees those checkers really hemmed in by that 9-point being made. So now Kara's probably considering either jumping out with both or making the deuce.
Jacques is making a point that it's a waste, in his opinion, if a match is over and there is still more than 10 minutes left on the clock. Thoughts?
I agree. I think players play too fast, and the more pressure they're under, the faster. It's human nature. The faster you tend to play.
Yeah, online it gets really hard to play slow. Sometimes it's really hard. You get in click mode, and you don't. I guess you don't feel either the delay of the clock or the time. You get into a different zone. I tend to play a lot more. I use my clock a lot better live than I do online. Let's say that way. Even though I'm very aware I'm supposed to take my time, it gets harder to do online.
Now, someone's just asked if the PR value is going to matter in this match, because in the last match we watched it did. Any explanations, please?
I understand the question.
I have not heard anything about that. It's just whoever wins is the winner, I believe, but someone else can correct me if that's wrong.
I think the question's coming up because we've been playing 2 semifinals matches from the US, from the 2 different tournaments that are running now. And in the other one, the PR mattered. So that's, I think.
That's correct. In this particular tournament, PR does not weigh in. It is a factor in the US National Championship. We'll be featuring the final of that on Saturday, December 30th. But in this match, it's only the match score, winning the match, that matters.
Well, we missed a 4-cube. This has gotten very exciting. This is very exciting. What's our pip count, Roberto? I can't see it on my screen.
Trying to see. I have to fix it. We're sharing my screen. I'm trying to set this up differently here so I can actually.
If I can,
See the pip count myself.
Kara's sitting at a
Okay.
103, and then we've
Yeah,
got
131 to 103, and now it's 150 to 101. Okay,
that's
Doc,
crucial.
Doc would like you to please switch off the hero's voice sound.
okay, let me I'll switch off the sound. I guess that's coming back. Everyone can hear it. Dun, dun, dun. Settings. Okay. Well, nope. That's one of the sounds, not all of them. Okay, all sounds off. The risk with all sounds off. Oh no.
Yeah, we don't want that. And
What
then-
happened?
then take that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I got booted.
You press the browser back, you want to press the browser forward.
Sorry about that. That's why you don't trust me sharing my screen. I'm gonna blame Jock here though for telling me to
Let's continue.
change my sound here.
It looks like the gammon danger went way down. And there's still, there we
Ooh,
go.
shot, big
Yes.
shot here. Only 4 off and a miss. Comes in perfectly efficiently from the back.
Lucky.
And this will be a race to save. It will be tough to save. This could be 8 points. Ooh, horrible roll there for Maya, not being able to jump out with double ones. That's going to hurt a lot. That's all wastage. That whole roll was a waste. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 5 rolls to see if she can do it. That was a big, big number there. She can keep rolling 6-3. She'll be good. 5-1 is not enough. She will get 2 crossovers. This is coming down to the wire. Desperately needing a 6. Does not get it, but she
All right,
should be
small
good. Oh,
doubles.
and there's
Oh,
a
there
double
we go.
6. So we're going to need double 3s or better. Double
Oh!
5. What a
Wow.
save.
Wow, those 4 big points right there.
Wow. Wow. Very, very exciting one there.
Now 5-0, this is enough to start making us shy to double from the lead and itchy trigger finger from when behind. How does that work, Roberto?
Yeah, this is, I mean, in my book, this is 2 notches, she's 2 notches ahead, Cara, and, Maya's 2 notches down. So you're definitely going to see, see a faster trigger figure here for Maya in gammonish positions. And Cara should be, taking the foot off the accelerator a little bit in gammonish positions. I mean,
Right,
in
the big,
early positions with significant contact, basically, when gammons are higher.
Right. And that's a big deal. The gammonish positions
yeah.
versus no gammonish positions. That's what steers all the doubles at any match score. It's certainly at these disparate match scores.
Yeah, the easiest way for me to explain it to people is just look at it like it's 2 completely different cube actions. Okay, there's gammonish positions, which is early, and there's really extreme reduced contact positions like races and holding games, basically. And the cube's treated differently in those positions. Oh, huge! Look at this, beautiful roll.
Wow.
And now
Wow.
you will see the cube for sure. And this should just be a cash.
Right. There's not much there's a little bit to play for here, but not much.
Yeah. And this kind of position is where, the gammon threat for Cara has really just kind of been nulled here by achieving kind of, as we say, kind of clearing all the back checkers and receiving full freedom. And I do not see this as a take. We are seeing Maya think about this right now. You know, probably considering that she is behind, but it's not a race. You know, even if there's a 1-6, Kara could still whack back with a 3. So,
And I mean, on the race alone, I mean,
ooh,
whoa,
wow,
that's optimistic.
yeah.
Okay, do we try to roll our prime or just point on her and leave
I-
the 4-5?
I would point and still get gammon value going, because there is gammon value. There's closeout possibilities. Now it does leave a joker, but I think I like this play.
Yeah, so do I.
You know, it's scary. You're kicking yourself if, you know, that dirty number comes, but, you know,
I think good,
I mean, this is also good. This is the play I'd make if I hadn't doubled yet. I would make that play. This is a play I'd make having already cubed.
right. I like that analysis.
And there it is.
Oh, the perfecta.
6 prime.
There's still, well, of course she'll do it. There's no other choice, but there is still danger rolling the prime forward. You can't slot and cover, because if you get hit, you're trapped behind a prime yourself.
Yeah, Maya has the good defense there of having a great board. So especially when Kara's timing starts to run out, it gets even more dangerous kind of getting hit and getting stuck behind a prime yourself. Then they'd both be in the same boat, basically. It would get down to timing. You can see that they'd each have 1 checker back. So I guess in these situations, you're just looking to make sure your 6s play well, all of them. That's why I'm not sure about.
Yeah, that's why I'm not sure this is the right play. I mean, what we've been talking about in bits and pieces is, you know, what if Kara next rolls, say, a 6-1? Maya still has her own prime, and there'll be a direct shot to turn it into a very close prime versus prime game.
Like, it makes this play a little more awkward now.
Hi, how are you?
How are you doing?
Good, good.
Yeah, it's not
Like this, that's scary.
not 100% clear this
scary
is
to
the
hit
right
here.
play. You know, this is
I'd be
scary.
I would be scared.
We just shuffle them around and look pretty, or is there no way to do that?
That was scary. I probably would have front loaded there. I would
me
for the
too.
reasons we were talking about before, I'd be quite scared to hit. I just a re-hit would just turn it into, you know, I'd have to see what the timing would be, but you know, if the timing was the same, it'd turn into a 50-50 game.
Here we go again.
Yeah, same thing here. This can lose it. I wouldn't hit here. And so now it's a new game. You're gonna see a recube here.
Well, it's
Crunch time. Oh wow.
oh
Wow.
oh my goodness.
Wow. That
Oh.
was
Well, hey, this prime could still hold.
oh yeah.
This could still hold,
Oh,
but
look at this. This is backgammon all out.
now I don't know. It might be right to do this shift and then just there's 3 men up, so you have a long time to roll your 1 and your 6.
Yeah, even when you crunch your board, even if you get down to a 4-point board, you still have time with 3 on the roof for them to move around.
But
so
each huge
1.
I think that's right. I think you need the 1. There's no.
Yeah. Stepping up was huge. So now Kara's is still a big favorite. She just needs a 6. Why Maya needs multiple
Well,
numbers, but now it's shifted.
Ooh.
Now it's,
there we go.
there's the 6. Woo! That was crazy.
Steps into double 5s, but it's not
Lots of
really
swings.
avoidable.
Maya's really looking to come in here to stave off gammon and get good contact value here.
All right, do you leave more shots and come closer, or fewer shots and stay back?
I'd wimp out.
I don't know the answer. You know, now she's got and she leaps.
Yeah, hit and clear, and this looks like it can be a G. Hoping not to get those numbers here that will leave the shot. 6-4, 6-5, 5-4. 2-1. I expected her to play safe here. Yep, 4-3. Now Carr is hoping to bring this home and get another 4 points. Well, huge swings.
Yeah, we're getting into unmentionable territory. Where there's even a small chance of that solves the backgammon problem. Now we got a chance to save the gammon. Could actually be close. That may save it right there.
Yeah, it's looking like Carr needs a doubles here to get the G, barring anything else normal-ish. And there it is.
Wow.
There was never any G's there.
No.
Nothing,
I was thinking about a backgammon a minute
look
or
at
two
this.
ago.
Can she still win? No, I'm just kidding.
Not
I mean,
quite.
look, it's amazingly close actually right now. Only a 3 rolls difference or something in the end. Okay, giant 7-0 lead. So now Carr is over the halfway point. So now you will see an even greater calming effect on her cubes. Aggressivity. You're more than halfway. The recube value for Maya would just be huge.
By the way, I'm not sure that ace deuce is the right way to go either.
Oh yeah, I would have stayed back most likely. Just like normally when someone makes the 2-point early, you don't want to split inside. I like saying that's sort of like an alligator teeth. You have like an alligator, and that's the front part of where they bite, and you don't want to walk into the teeth of the alligator when they do that 6-4 and make the point. So I would not have moved up.
Now, if she can get away with building an anchor back there on her opponent's 3, 4, 5 point, then it works. But you pay a price for that.
I think you're still pointing here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hit. There's no reason to hit 2.
They just play so fast. I'm assuming every time there's a delay. See this? I don't understand.
I think she's got a blind spot of some sort. What just happened?
I guess she hit and left it.
I think there was a blind spot there. I don't think she saw she could hit and cover.
Yeah. Wow, and this is a nice cover then. She'll cover now.
Now some sort of anchor is needed.
And there's the anchor.
That'll do.
I would
By the way, not silly to slot the 5 point.
I would have slotted there because it dupes the 4s and your desperate need for
and spread your checkers out. I mean, this is she's got her anchor, and yeah, I actually might go that way here too. Yeah, she built a point, not really the point she wants, but a point.
Well, if you don't have any point, you're happy to get a point. It doesn't matter where it is. It could be the 11 point if you don't have a point yet and you're happy.
There's a 10 that hits. And now we have too many checkers. I mean, too many points.
What do you do here? Could it be possible 7-3 is the right play?
Yeah, it
Or
could be
it's 10 to
possible.
6?
It could be possible. I mean, I think you almost have to come in with a 3, but coming in with a 4 is not silly. This looks silly. I think if you're coming in with a 3, you gotta, try to keep your checkers in play. If Maya can
be 10 to 6, it could be right very well. It's very natural to make the anchor.
But it might be wrong
to make an anchor, but you're leading in the race, and that's a pretty deep anchor to have.
This may have been more of a wanna wrestle situation. Come in with attack with your blots and see what happens.
Yeah, Carr's going to be being ahead in the race and having that further back anchor basically primed. I think you should be seeing a cube here right now, actually. Just this is one of those positions where if you're threatening just to hit at all, even though you're way behind in the race, I would positionally throw the cube. And yes, Maya does.
Yeah, you got an anchor on the 3-point. You're way ahead in the race. Is it so silly to take? I mean, it's this sort of a normal sequence there.
Oh, that's a great number. I would have considered making the 15-point last turn. Of course, if you could preview that you'd be able to step up, you definitely do that. And so, okay, that's okay. So she's playing behind. I would have played differently, but I don't know what's right. I mean, I might have just come down with 2, but this keeps pressure on that blot for sure. And it's going to be a shot, but now there's 2 blots on the inner board. If there's a miss here, Kara's very happy that she was able to step up and is showing how great. Oh, look at this hit and cover.
Yeah, nice shot. Perfect shot. And this is about as good as you could hope for in return.
The 1 and the 6 will jump.
I mean, a big one. That's not big enough.
Yeah, so here you expect the 5.
What's plan B? I don't see a plan B.
Just slot the 5, so making it has to be better.
Making it must be right.
You know, if you're going to leave shots anyway, it's an idea that when you make a board, it's saying, okay, there's going to be future wrestling, right? There's going to be future hits. So you're better poised to battle in the future once your board's made. So
This is actually still a close race.
yeah, here comes the prime though, desperately seeking 5s. There's 1.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
It's it's a double shot with some combinations. Oops, that just hits. I wanted to be hit with a 2 and bring the 4 forward.
Or 5 is as good as you could have hoped for. And 3-1 will have to whack. So 5 here.
Oh, hit back is huge.
And the full prime. What they call this, the California prime.
Doesn't last long.
Do you know where that prime stuff came from? New York prime and then California prime?
I do not.
Yeah. I imagine it was moving west. So when you actually see the rare prime that goes from the 20 out to the, I mean, with just the 6 to the 4, the 6 to the 11, I call that then the Hawaii prime.
As far west as you can get.
Keep going further west. Yeah, it's as far out as you can get, but I'm thinking they call the other one New York prime just because it's so sweet. It's like maybe because it's like prime beef or something. I don't know.
I have no idea. That's sort of an annoying roll. Is there a?
That's danger. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, I'm not, that was played awfully quickly.
Yeah, that looks scary. I don't know why to risk a shot.
I think you got to hop out here and just bury your breast.
Yeah, this is the balance play for sure. You don't want to, worst thing you want to do is move forward and then get hemmed in from a gin position.
Yeah, this is being a little too scaredy cat. I think must be done.
Oh, okay, here it is.
Now it's
do an action play. We have lots riding on this, and that was look at this though.
Well, it's
double
good
4s
news
is
and bad
good, but
news.
there's still a chance for a 4 to even this puppy out. Just should be 7-3. I do not like that because you don't have as many covers.
Oh my goodness!
And there's
what
4.
a mess.
So now it's switched. Very powerful position, and Cars should probably be playing on now.
Yeah, it seems like it.
She only needs to do 2 things. She has a 2-point board to come in, so there's 2 numbers that she can come in with. Maya needs to do 4 things, basically. She needs to come in and then jump out with with 2, only with 6s.
Now, this is too good. This is too good for sure, is it not?
I believe so. I mean, it does get complicated to score when you're saying if it's too good or not, but you're not gonna risk it. You just play on. Oh,
You
this
don't
is
want any
definitely-
accidental 8 cubes popping up. Whoa.
Yeah,
Well,
this is
New game.
a easy pass. Okay, 4 away, 13 away. So
by the way, it's not silly with these 6-2s to actually play the 6 down and then slot the 4-point. And at this match score, duplicating the 3s and 6s all over the place, the hit and cover. And having made the 2-point, I think Maya would have been well advised to make an attacking play. Also not sure about that 2-1.
yeah, so Kara's definitely happy with big numbers, but she would like a classic race type games and holding games here. That hit was huge. So these are the kind of situations you're not going to see cubes here, that you might at a normal score, you'd be considering a cube, but being up 9-0 to 13, you're nowhere really close to the cube.
We have a question that I just got DM'd, and that is, when you're this far back, does it change your strategy? And can you remember any finals competitions where someone was in this position and came back?
Well, you definitely change your strategy as you're always notching yourself up. You're playing aggressive. I mean, if you're down, when you're leading, you want to, simplify games. You don't necessarily go in for all out aggressiveness. So you're more cautious. You're doubling a lot later, because the recube value of the other person's huge. Ken?
Well,
What do you think?
also in terms of remembering situations, I tend to forget all the ones that where I come from way behind and win, and remember the ones where I was way ahead and lost. But there are plenty of them out there. I mean, there was a Masters jackpot in Vegas years ago where I had like a 17-3 lead playing to 19
Wow.
and lost.
Well, I can
And
remember which
I will
stands
never
out a
forget.
lot. There was the bull in the Masters jackpot from San Antonio, and Bob Glass was playing Petco, and Petco was leading, I believe, 12-0, a 13-point match, and lost it. Bob Glass came back and won that. So the Longhorn jackpot, that was a final live that was huge. And so yes, it has been known to happen in backgammon that it's not over till it's over, and you can always win.
It's really
Who is it that
smaller
said
leads.
even when your winning chances are 98%, he said, well, that's not 100.
Meanwhile, what do we got here? We've got a busted back game of
Heather can keep
sorts.
that forward. She's keeping that 4-point board with 2 back anchors. This gets hard. She might be trying to figure out, is it right to cube? I would just be scared to cube. She could have found it. Could be a good window. I'm not saying it's not a good cube, but I would be I'd be scared.
Now look
And
at
it
this
could have
roll.
been, since she's busted, that she shouldn't even take. So that gets into Woolsey's law. If you don't know what to do, if you're not sure, go ahead and do it. And that will apply at different match scores as well. So, and this is huge, because still when you're 4 away, while you're leading so much, you're taking the foot off a little of the accelerator sometimes. You win gammons perfectly efficiently will win you the match right up. And that's what we're looking at here. You know, there's a huge amount of gammons in the air right now, and they will win the match 13-0.
Wow.
And that's what we're looking at. Maya's going to have to scramble to save this.
Getting in would be a good start.
Not as still early.
You know, I wonder, you can make a prettier position by not taking a checker off. This looks prettier, but it has one fewer, it has a fewer checkers off. I mean, I would probably default to taking checkers off. I mean, your opponent's board is broken. The more checkers you get off, the more gammons you win, and B, the easier it is to win, even if you get hit.
Okay, that's start running at least. She'll clear. Double fives. Here's a
There's
shot.
a shot.
Looks like to save G, she's going to need to hit that shot. Or get some double fives of her own.
You take a checker off and leave the extra shot.
I do. I definitely do. And there's those double fives we saw before. I would run with one. Get another crossover. That looks good. Double threes. Boom, boom, boom. Three
Oh,
off.
yeah.
Woo.
Get piggy.
The 4-point board, I think that is the choice. I would, you know, you have to, right? Yeah.
It sure seems like it.
Scoot from the back. Ones and twos. She's going to have to wait around now as well.
Well, you're okay.
3-1. Desperately seeking a shot here.
I think that checker off.
Yeah, it's
Must
only
be
one
right.
extra number and it gives you a lot of extra wins. And there's the run. So this should be a save.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
It's that's big enough to save
That
it.
saves. That's a saving
Just big-
number. So
Just big enough to save it. Wow,
live to see another day. Wow.
such as it is.
New game.
2 away, 13 away. This is somewhere in the aspect of around a 5% chances here for the match equity.
We have someone who's on an Android and it's their first time coming in on the phone and they can't hear. Does anybody, if you could type into the comments, if you have any suggestions, because they're dying to hear the commentary. Thank you so much.
I do not know the answer on
Nor
the
do I.
sound.
Yeah, I think that's the right play.
2 away, 13 away. This is amazing score balance. Score imbalance, I should say.
I had an 11-0 lead playing in the semifinals of the World Championship against Paul McGrill in 1978. And I was feeling my oats, but we were playing to 23.
Okay.
And
Wow.
then it became one of these halving functions. Every point I scored, Paul scored 2. And we got down to, well, basically double match point, and I lost.
Wow. It's a great story. I mean,
It's a horrible story.
It's hard to, how do you, I mean, it's hard to maintain focus and just move forward when you're winning by a lot, because you know you still have to get to the finish line. So you just really have to maintain your focus and bear down and, you know, and still play your best backgammon. You know, thoughts start creeping up in your head that you're winning and you're close, but you know, you have to ignore that really. You still have to grind forward and actually win. So.
Which I tried very hard to do. I think I made one bad protect my lead cube blunder, which I shouldn't have made. And other than that, I don't remember that I did anything terrible.
Must say, I'm actually really now, I really would like to see this match prolonged a little longer here. I would like to see Maya get on the scoreboard here. So we can
While I was reminiscing,
together.
While I was reminiscing, Maya built a very strong position. We
Boom, and 4-3.
Yeah, I don't know. It's well, 4-3 wouldn't have worked there, but now run.
Okay, bringing it down, leaves that cover. She does come in with a 3. You can hit with the 6. Just like that. So before
much
she
how
lifted,
much would
now
you
she's talking about scooting.
how much do you consider moving the point to the builder as opposed to the builder to the point, i.e. cover the 3 and leave the 5 open, so it's a closer run to get to the cover in place.
Yeah, I do like
I
that
might
play in a
actually
lot of
do that.
I'm always timid. I wouldn't, and I get it wrong, but I generally do not lift yet. I have to be a little closer to home when I
I agree.
lift.
And if I'm not lifting, then I think I would have actually shifted and made the
Here
3
you'll
and
see
left
a
the 5
point
open.
shift for
Well,
sure.
this is
That's kind
virtually
of
forced.
a forced point shift.
Now
Melanie,
Maya needs
Melanie
6s
Hughes has
quickly.
just come on and said that Karis played very well. I feel badly for Maya as she has had 5 points less in terms of the luck factor.
Well, luck.
Well, it's not
always
over
comes through
yet.
balance. Yeah, it's not over. There's always a, kind of luck imbalance. It's a 13-point match, but yeah.
So what do we sprint for home here or put her back out?
Well, this is the undoubled gammon play that looks strong right now with that blot. And now you lift.
Oh, for sure.
And this is, this is basically, gin as far as the win, not the G. Of course, saying that is like a jinx almost sometimes, but this is tough. I mean, on top of this, you've seen Maya this match just trying to run home and save gammons multiple times. I mean, not only is Kara winning 11-0 right now, you've had multiple times where Maya's saved the G by trying to run off.
This could be
So
23-0.
yeah. This is going to be tough. G's are through the roof here. So we did predict cubes. We did see cubes. We were expecting more points and we're expecting a longer match here.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 6. This is not good.
Yeah, she needs up.
Now it's worse than not good.
Basically gin.
Yeah, this is she can technically do it, but I think she needs to start with boxes.
Well, great win. Congratulations, Kara, on a great win. Maya, really tough luck in this match. Congratulations for making it this far. I know you don't want to hear that now at all, but really great win for Kara. Congratulations. Well-deserved, strong player, very studious, and awesome. This is just
congratulations. Well played. I think it was reasonably well played all around. It just all the swings, all the luck went one way.
Yeah.
Well, sorry we didn't get to talk more. And thanks everybody for watching.
Yep.
Are you guys going to run through some of the stats or?
We can, if someone can send me the match. I'm on a very slow computer, so if I download it and start analyzing this, it will take absolutely forever. But I can do that since we're here and it was so fast. I don't have a problem. I will throw that into XG. We can look at the plays, but not see the XG analysis. If someone can send me the world-class analysis, that'd be great because I can just do the fast one.
Roberto, I'll send it to you.
Okay. Yeah, if you can send me the, do the world-class analysis and I can upload it, because this will take, on this computer for me, it would take a very long time. I just did it fast, but
I'll have it for you in like 2 minutes.
okay, awesome. And I guess if we want to see how they play. We can get Kara on here to talk to the winner too. That would be fun. On the fast analysis, I'm seeing 8.2 luck factor. We'll wait to mention on the PR after when we get the full analysis. I'll wait for that. Do you think there's any chance, Christine, to get Kara on here to?
Yeah, let me give it a shot, okay?
Yeah. We'll go over and look at some of these cubes.
You'll be able to share your XG screen?
Yes, I will. I can change that. Let me get in here, my screen share. I'll probably stop sharing and then reshare my whole board here. I'll share back when I get the match sent from Jonah. I'll share back because I'm gonna get into my email here. I don't want to share that.
Okay, I've just reached out and we'll get right back to you on that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll start sharing my screen when I get the 6G file.
Roberto,
Yes.
hi,
Hello, how you doing, Antoinette?
I'm good, thanks. I'm sorry I missed the whole match. Was it 3 different or just one match?
Just one 13-point match, and that was it.
Oh, I see. Well, congratulations to Kara. But I also wanted to ask, who was that guy? I heard the voice and it sounded like KG, but who was that picture of that? I don't know who that was.
What picture?
It had to be some strange person because it didn't go with KG's voice.
I think the picture was from a galaxy a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Okay, that's probably what
Yeah.
it was from. Thank you for acknowledging.
Hey,
Well,
we're talking about the picture the picture of me that we're talking about?
well, was it?
That's not you. That's a galaxy far, far away, like Roberto.
Well, it was a galaxy. I can tell it was one of 2 years. I can tell you when it was.
Okay, here's the match. Let me download this. And
Yeah,
Back in
someone has
1802.
just said that it's a picture of you at a medical conference at the Sheridan.
No.
yeah, I got it. I'm gonna put it up right now. Thank you.
Right, he was getting a frontal lobotomy done. That's what happened.
Oh,
Okay.
thought I looked pretty
Let me
good.
Share my screen here. Hold on, let me get this here. Go back to screen share.
It's from the 80s, the best voting ever.
yeah, that was either 1986 or 1988.
Okay, can we see my screen here?
Most of it. I've got
Well, can you
pictures
see
of
XG?
us.
Do you see it? I don't know.
What I've got is blocking part of the board is the Zoom people. I don't know if that's me or you.
That's you. Yeah, that's you. But the Zoom doesn't get shared by me.
We can see
All right,
everything
so-
fine.
Okay.
So I've got to figure out how to close. There we go. I got it
Okay,
out of
so
the
let
way.
me, now, was everyone watching? We were watching it with Car on top, correct? So I'll switch it and make it the same way, so we're used to seeing it.
Yeah, good idea.
Okay, here we go. So this is the same way, at least the same way I was watching it. Let's go here. Let's look at the all general stats first. Always kind
And
of fun.
Kara's on her way now. Welcome, Kara, and congratulations.
Is she here?
Yes.
Okay, let's, as soon as she gets her voice here, we'll talk to her. While we're waiting, I'll say this is one of the stats I like to kind of give a general rundown of how the game was played and what was going on. Instead of just jumping to plays, you can look here at match summary and you can kind of see game by game where mistakes were made, by different players and how they played.
Okay,
Stands out.
Kara's in now. Congratulations, Kara.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes, well
Thanks
done.
very much.
Glad to have you.
Not my best play, but the luck sure made up for it.
Yeah. Now you have time for a coffee there. Congratulations.
Yes.
I know it's early morning tournament match play there for you. So how does it feel to be champion?
It's pretty exciting. I can't quite believe it, but yeah, it was a lot of fun, and obviously luck was on my side, so that's always nice. You kind of can't quite believe it when it's happening. I'm like, am I gonna get the gammon at the end? And you know.
Hey, a couple of those gammons got away.
I know, double sixes got away from me. I'm like, I had it locked up, and then
Yeah, we were saying it could without the, Maya was trying to play catch up and she saved gammon a couple of times there.
yeah.
We were saying it could have been, even more lopsided there for a while. How you yourself, when you're leading, how do you maintain focus to, what are you thinking? When you're leading by a lot, is it easy to maintain focus? You blur out the match score? How do you deal with that?
A little bit of both, I guess. I mean, I always feel like I'm coming from behind, so I don't usually play from far ahead. So it's definitely a tough score to play from because you're always a little nervous to give a cube. I think at 4 away, I was pretty eager to give a cube, but waited a while.
Yeah.
I think there was a 0-5 score where I had her behind maybe like a 5 prime, I think. And already when you're 5-0, you're kind of you want to be a little careful. But yeah, it looks
so
like.
Here's this situation. You're trying to be careful. We actually, at this point, we were talking about that, saying that with contact, you're going to be kind of more conservative here, down several notches. And then you doubled. That was a clear double. And we called out, we did think this was kind of a pass. We'd have to see Maya thought and kind of squeeze out a take, hoping there's going to be some kind of contact or hoping just to kind of jump out right away. But yeah, lots of tough plays here. I think actually looking at this,
Look at the 6-2.
we agreed with your play here. Actually,
well, yeah, it turns out double plus won't make much difference.
My computer is so slow. We can be here all day if I try to double plus.
Okay.
I did it anyway out of like naturally wanted to do that, but
now what's going on here is that making the 3-point, it does gain a few pips in what is a close race, but it turns it more into a blitz than a prime, and the priming strategy, and it does leave an immediate shot back, whereas the priming strategy appears to be pretty substantially better.
Yeah, we can see that even at a normal score, it looks like this is right, where you're giving up here around 4% wins making the other play, and you're only gaining around 4.3% gammons with the play.
Yeah.
So
what I think sometimes when I'm playing, when there's kind of like a quiet play like the 6-2 down, which I did look at, it looked really nice, and then there's a more aggressive play, I tend to tell myself to be more aggressive. So if I can't decide between a play, sometimes I'll just play more aggressively. Like I was hoping it'd give me more gammons. I can't. It gave like 4%.
Yeah, it gives 4%, but you're giving up
not enough
wins. So
yeah,
this would be the gammon go play. It looks like here, because you are winning 4.2% more gammons and you're only giving up 4.1% wins. And their gammons would not matter. So this would be the gammon go play to attack, but it doesn't look like at any other situation it would be correct. But it looked good, and it was a good aggressive play, and aggressive play pays off in backgammon. So
want to back up and see if there's anything earlier in the match or move forward?
Yeah, I'll back up. Let's look early, see how things kind of broke. Cube action wise, let's go here. So here was a early cube. We were talking about this one play about jumping out actually with Maya, what was right without thinking. And it does look like it was Good Buddy was the right play here. Playing 10-4 after coming.
well, And her coming out to the bar triggered my cube. I was like, oh, this is
Yeah.
juicy.
Well, that's one of the reasons too about plays. So if you spend time to think about a play, jumping out, if that's what triggered the cube, and she's then passing, that would leave it open to make a different play that might not trigger the cube. Because if you're passing anyway, it doesn't really matter what you do. Of course, unless you're jumping into too good territory. But yeah, race is even, scary take, but but a take there. 1-0. And then here's where we started seeing good wins, big swing here. This was one of the big swing games, I believe.
Was my recube right?
Let's get down to that here. I don't want to go over this. Your recube was spot on, and pass, small pass there. Might get larger when this gets plus when we get the Gammon's always heightened a little bit on this still relatively kind of even score. So really good, solid cube. If you can remember here, what do you go through your thought process here on thinking about a cube?
Yeah, so it's kind of like that Pratt thing, right? I'm ahead in the race by 20 pips. She's on the bar. Her position's a little better. She has a better board, but she has all these, like the TMP, right? So even when she comes in, what's her next? What is she going to do next? She's going to have to break something unless she rolls 1-6, 1-2. And I kind of have this timing to hold some of the stuff in front. So
I'm going to translate TMP for all the muggles out there. It's too many points. So Kara's pointing out that Maya's very stripped. So even if she does come in right away, something's going to have to give. And it could very well be, needing to break that 18 point or something and being in big trouble.
Right. And I think that happened.
She may have held on to the 18 point too long, unless I'm thinking of a different game.
Yeah, dance. And then here she couldn't play. This was a forced play. So her board did go kaboom here and busted out.
Yeah, so there was no choice.
This is the one I was hoping to get a gammon because
and this is
I just thought of
it was this was the first one. It was a solid 4 points. It could have been 8 points here. She did pull this off with double fives in the end. Okay, then we jump to this game. Let's see what was going on. This was we saw this one. This is back to what we saw.
Okay. Right.
Jumping forward now, 7-0.
Yeah, so again, I went back and forth between this and I thought, when you make your 2 point, you're in a blitzing position, 2, 4, 6, 8, and I had 9 in the zone. So I thought that maybe hitting was better. How do you decide between these two? Because that's how I got to that.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, score may very well be playing a part here on how much you want to move forward. If I was behind, I'd clearly be hitting here. What I like about the hitting play is that 9 point builder that she's posed to make a really good point next turn, one way or the other. But leading by this much, I kind of like saying playing up, so to speak.
Look, playing positionally here, it's very small, but the positional play is both more wins and more gammons.
Yeah, it is more gammons.
It's just you don't quite have the ammunition, I think is the bottom line.
Well, and you can make a good point, so might as well make it's a good blocking point.
Now this is the play that hurt you.
I didn't see this.
Yeah,
no, that's what I said.
We immediately noticed you had a blind spot with this play. You had a 3-2 and you hit with the 2. I think you lifted with the 3 first, maybe, and then we're looking for the best 2.
She hit with a 2 and then was probably looking at coming down or playing safe and didn't notice covering.
Or she might have been considering splitting from the back, or who knows.
Even that.
But yeah, you just didn't cover.
As
That
soon
was a
as you've
huge-
made the type, as soon as your brain has made a typo like this, it's hard to recover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It happens often enough, you know, where you just don't see it.
So here was a play here. This was one of the few times that Maya was able to double here. She's down. You know, it's not particularly gammonish, but there are gammons out there, and she's in a good kind of solid lead. Good solid double, and score wise, not, you know, how'd you go about thinking about this one yourself?
Yeah, so you know, when you have an anchor on the 3-point, I figured I have a clear exit, so I'm not being blocked in with my 6s, and she has a gap on the 4. So that's kind of what I looked at. And then I didn't have, you know, she had the shot, but it just felt pretty takeable, and she still had a lot of work to do to get off of the back. And I also kind of think, like, what am I afraid of, right? The worst case scenario is she wins a couple points.
A symbol game. Yeah, I think, you know, it is scary with dead checkers. You don't have that much flexibility, but definitely a good, you know, it was a good take here.
Yeah, and then with regards to the dead checkers, you know, I know they're dilly builders, but in my mind, I'm like, I can still make the ace and the 3, so they're not completely dead.
Yep. Absolutely right. There is a little bit of flexibility there, and what you're saying is key. You're not hemmed in right here. You can jump out.
He won't let us change the match score and look at the same position, will it?
No, I'd have to copy paste it and
Yeah.
try
Okay,
to come
because
back.
this
and
could be,
computer's slow.
this is a fun position to study, to see as you change the match score, when is it no longer a double?
Yeah.
Because
So
I think the take is easy enough, that at this match score that it, you know, it may be, it's some match scores it might not be a double. I don't know, you know.
Yeah. 1-1 was a great shot here, stepping up. Very key, coming to the edge of the prime. I guess I just
I
wanted you
did
to
consider make
use
of those.
make use of those dillies there, and giving yourself good contact as well. You're giving yourself a 6-5, a landing spot. So if you're up in the race, that landing spot with 6-5 away is actually good, because when you're 12 away, the double 6s are going to be good anyway.
Look at the
That's a good point.
look at the actual second best play, which is tied for first best. Is actually to step up and make the ace point.
Yeah, just use them. Give yourself more covers. And
That's sort of a weird looking play.
Just so you know about that cube, it's still a double at a normal score.
How close is it?
It's not close. It's
Okay.
It's a huge take, and the double's still like a 0.049 if you don't.
0.049 is getting close. Yeah.
I think close is like 0.02. Like, you should be doubling.
Right.
yeah, so
right.
this is
Well,
a position then that positionally, a lot of people miss generally in backgammon, because we're especially online, we're thinking more and more race. I think when we play live, we're looking at positions, you know, positionally a lot more. Online, since the pip count's there, sometimes people miss things because they're like, oh, I'm down in the race, I'm not doubling yet, or something like that. But you can see the imbalance in, you know, in Kara's position to, you know, that as white here, as you know, you should be cubing. But again, I think
it only becomes close if Maya's leading the match by like 2 points. Then it becomes close.
All right. Well, that's what I was saying. Where in the spectrum does it change?
Yep.
It's certainly, you can, you know, moving from a 0.13 to a 0.049 is a pretty big move. Yeah. All right. What else we got?
so. Here we go.
I missed it.
This was
here.
a crazy. So let's look. Hold on. This was the one where we had these crazy swings. So we questioned
Almost all the loose hits that we questioned.
Yeah, we questioned all these loose hits. So this play, Maya could have just played the ugly safe, 7-2-6-5. Going for the hit with a good board, left herself open to a return hit, which would be devastating. You got the 1-6. Good play here, jumping out, Cara. This was we did see this, and you made the right decision. You know, you needed to go for the flexibility here and not for the direct cover.
Notice that it's basically almost a pick'em game here.
Yeah, and you're not a favorite if you come and bring the cover, because if you make this play here, you're giving yourself a cover, but 4 is one of the numbers you need to jump out. So you're duplicating your own numbers, and there's all these bust numbers. I mean, even some little numbers are not good. There's a lot of 4s that don't cover here. I mean, you get a 4-3 and you can't cover. You got to run. So that was a good play. Good play here. She came in and hit. She did the double hit. You danced. And then she was not able to do a clean cover here. Yeah, this was the big swing. Was not able to cover again.
Where was the smoothing play versus a flexible play? Is it the preceding roll?
Which was this on the double 4s? No.
Yeah, the double 4s. Did we mention that the that leaving fewer blots was the wrong play?
So
yeah, it's a small thing, but
yes, yeah. Well, we did mention this because it's just not as many covers. She
Right.
doesn't have as many covers here, and she really needs to cover. Would like to cover.
all right, what happened next? Did we?
Because so after this, we had, let me not have it on final. Not able to jump out. Double 5 was kind of the horror roll. 4-run hit, and then a dance, and then from this point,
So I was thinking about it here, but the two things that stopped me was that I had 2 on the bar, and I was like, ugh. And being so far ahead in the match, I was like, I don't know.
this looks too good in general, and for most situations. I think this is this rare situation that plus just agreed with the too good.
Well, and then I realized after I cubed that next one, I was like, that was a too good. So I think I was a little hasty there.
Yeah, so then the next roll when you are out,
Yeah.
this became kind of massively
Too good.
massively too good, basically.
Yeah.
It's basically a free shot at this point, or pretty close to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, generally speaking, when a person's down to a 3-point board, it's a pass anyway, and you're shooting at a blot. So you're
I think if I would have slowed down, I would have been a little better. I also think Maya tends to take, so maybe that was a little in my head, like maybe she'll take it this score and gamble a little.
Yeah.
I don't think she'd ever
That would
take
help.
this.
That would help you even more.
No, I think you're right, Marty.
Okay, let's see what else is going on here. And then you get to 9-0. There's a little play here. What's going on here? So basically you're hitting and covering, and then it's just a question of what your next 2 is, your last 2.
I wanted me to split.
Yeah, and this is where you should split instead of bringing it down, basically. You basically have the option to bring the last one down or splitting. And with her
Well,
on
and the
board,
last one's not doing any good anymore because I just made the 5, so.
yeah, and it gets them
There's
moving while they're on the bar. So
There's this weird split personality of how you play against when someone's made their 2-point like this.
Yeah.
If you can split into the jaws while they're distracted on the bar, that's often very much the right thing to do. But if you're splitting into the jaws when they have their full roll to play, that's the wrong thing to do. I mean, if you can switch your anchor from the 24 to the 22 or the 21 or heaven forbid the 20, that's a great improvement and renders the 2-point, wasted checkers. So you want to get off the ace and make an advanced anchor, but you don't want to do that when your opponent's in a position to attack. And here where you've hit her and put her on the bar, now you can actually do the split into the draws while she's distracted. And positionally, I think that's what's going on.
That's a
Right,
cool
I
position.
agree.
Thank you. Because that's definitely what I was thinking about. So that's really helpful, KG.
So here Maya
No,
opted to make the 23 instead of, she could have made that kind of outside point as well here. Just making
Yeah, I
a
didn't quite
random
understand why
point.
she made the 23. That didn't make any sense to me.
She's
Well, until I
thinking
rolled the
defense.
double fives.
She's
And
thinking
she was
defense,
glad.
and you know, she should be thinking offense at the score. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
the 23 point is just like, okay, it's a little better defensively, but then you've got a blot on the 11 point and one less checker in the zone with her play.
So this was a great cube here. It's a great cube. This is where you can throw XG away, whatever it says here. Forget about, too good. Even us kind of looking at peanut guy. I know this kind of came fast when we're looking at busting, and I'm sure you're thinking, when do I double this? When do I not? I mean, you're leading by, you're leading 9-0 in a 13-point match. What were you thinking here when you're inching closer?
So actually, I think I had mentioned earlier, I was wanting to cube earlier. Like already I'm seeing this kind of busted, like this situation. But, especially as like a not elite player, when you're playing against 2 points in your home board, you want to play pure. And then I was thinking, well, do I need to clear one of these before I cube? And then it's tough being this far ahead, but when you're 4 away, I still wanted to cube aggressively. I was thinking about it here. And then when I danced, did I dance? Oh no, what happened there?
Well,
I rolled the double sixes.
Yeah,
So-
you rolled a
so
double six the roll after, which was a kind of a great roll.
The thing
because
about
of
this
reason.
position, the thing about the previous position with the cube action is you only have 6-3 as a blot number.
Yeah.
That's your only blot number. And even then, if she hits you back, if she hits and covers or something, okay, then you're unhappy. If she hits and doesn't cover, and then you enter right away, you're still in great shape.
This is
So
this is
Yeah.
really
so it's
showing
like you can sacrifice the 6-3. I mean, you can pay off to the 6-3 because the next turn, her position is going to get worse, usually, right?
what we're really
And
seeing
then you
is
can
the
then you can think about the
diminishing
cube next
value,
turn.
the diminishing value of the double anchor here when you don't have the timing. We're looking here.
Yeah.
She's only,
Right.
in this position, she's only 35 pips down. She has no more timing. Her board's already, while she doesn't have dead checkers, she's not in the position to, make her board with the points in order anymore. So she's already overrun her position.
Well, I misspoke about this. 4-4 is also a blot number, but it's not, that's horrible. You would be very unhappy to have doubled after double 4, but that was in addition to 6-3. I didn't see the 4-4 at first.
Yeah. Rare two.
Even that's not a loser, it doesn't lose the game, even if you roll that.
4 away, 13 away. And this was another one of those games that she was, running to get off the G here. She had a key shot here that she could have hit that would have, really helped her save the G and, give her some hope to want a recube. But you blew right through that. Did not hit. And she quote unquote, I'm not going to say the word that she got lucky, but she was able to,
It was our double threes bearing off 100% clear.
I would think so. We agreed with this here.
Yeah. Not even close.
You get down to even. Yeah. You get down to
There's
even.
nothing else to do, right?
Yeah. Not even close.
Yeah.
Oh, you could have done this. Yeah. And not.
I did look at that, but I was like, I wanted to gammon.
It's barely even safer in terms of
barely safer, and it's twice as many gammons.
Barely safer if. And I think it's even less safe, probably.
That's like a bushel and
the
a
checkers
peck
off.
more gammons. That's a lot of gammons extra there.
Yeah, no kidding. For no return.
Yeah. Peter Pecker pepped a bunch of more gammons by this place.
At least a peck of them. All right, what's next?
Okay, so now we're getting down to 11-0. And this game was kind of brilliant on both sides, if I remember what we looked at before. Small inaccuracy here. Actually, this play too, this lift, good play in the end, was not sure. So this is the initial position. You had a 5. Oh, you were forced to hit. You're forced to lift. Okay, so
Yeah, the
so
only
this one
other
was
play would
right.
have been to for the 8-3-4-3 was the
Oh, you
only
could have done
other
the
one I was
4-3.
thinking.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
very close.
I consider that, but yeah, it's tough. I was going back and forth. You don't have a direct cover, but she does have a blot in her board, so you're not really that worried.
Yeah, both plays are pick 'em here, so it just gets
Yeah.
down into, into style. But actually lifting did lead you on this play though to lift, which was then a mistake.
Okay.
But that's hard. I figure once you did one play, why change and go to the other? I mean, if you already did a lifting
Look at
play.
the nifty shifty is wrong by more than I thought it would be. Here, plus it up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the problem is
plus it all up.
Yeah, remember my computer's slow here, so I can plus it all up, but it's I did not know I was going to be doing this part when I did it. I would have logged in on my fast computer here. Yeah, so the nifty shifty, not the right
Goes to
time
hell.
for this play.
Yeah.
Probably for multiple reasons, but neither for the lift. So it's the bear right in the middle that likes.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised by the distribution of which play is better than which.
Yeah, so shifting to the 3-point, it's a lot worse when you get hit, especially with double 5s. And because from the 3-point, double 3, the analogous semi-joker is not nearly as good. It wouldn't hit twice from here. And it's just the 4-5-6 structure is a 3', and so that's better than a 1'.
As part of this mitigated too by the fact that you're playing on here. So if you're playing on, you're not going to do anything to really want to risk the game and lose that.
Okay.
That's right. The cube's in the middle. That's an important consideration.
Yeah. So you're the cube in the middle. You just want to, you don't want to sway the boat. You're playing on. You don't want to give her a chance to win. If some start going the other way, it's hard to say you're going to cube out at the score, but once you break contact, you will still be able to cube at one point.
Right. Any other goodies? I'm going to have to run soon.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any goodies. It just turned out that this one she was not able to.
We've had 2 people actually DM and say, "Is there anything Jonah wants to say?"
We should ask Jonah that.
Where is Jonah?
Is he still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Overall, I thought Cara played great, and kind of followed in what we anticipated Maya doing with cube action. So that kind of played into the plan that we had talked about before the match. And I think except for the oversight with the 3-2, I thought the game plan was solid pretty much all the way through. I just wished in the one game she would have played on for the 2 good is probably the only thing because there was no bad rolls, and like, how do you win that game? So that was one that I really looked at post-mortem and thought she should have seen. But so other than that, I thought Cara played great, and the miss.
Did you see my lucky shirt?
Yeah, she's wearing the shirt that I created. It's funny. Cube size matters. That's a good thing to think about when you play backgammon. Oh, one more thing about the switching play off the anchor when she had Maya on the roof, where she should have split when she had the 2-point made. The thing is with when you should come off the anchor, it doesn't matter if you're on the bar point, the 3-point, the ace point. You should be coming off that anchor when your opponent's on the bar, when you roll a joker, when you have containment. That's the time to come off the anchor, is when and that's all part of the distraction or containment kind of concept. So if you ever come across those kind of positions where you're you have an anchor and your opponent is either contained or on the roof, and you don't have you can't make a new point, you really should be splitting or coming off the anchor in some regard. So I don't know if you can pull that up.
Do you remember what game it was? That's what I was trying to
Yeah, it was, well, it was, I remember the position. It was,
That was
Was
the
it towards the
flexibility
end?
one, right? When you
I remember the
cover or not.
position, but I don't remember the game.
Maybe game 5?
Okay, it's game 5 and it's move 3, I think it is.
Yeah,
Is that right?
it's move, it's
Yeah.
black move 2.
Is that what is that? Is that
That's
right?
it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, this is it. Hmm.
Well, because there's another play for flexibility coming in too, that when she had the cover or not, and she jumped off the anchor from the 21 point, which was really important to do also for flexibility. It's the same kind of idea.
Yeah, so
Hey,
here,
guys,
here also the score could be a factor. I bet the play is right. I bet splitting would be right, even if the scores were reversed with this double 2. Hit, cover, and split.
Yeah,
But
I don't think
if
it changes.
so, it's not going to be by as much.
Yeah, I don't think it matters what the score is. I mean,
I don't think
Gammon,
so either. In this case, I don't think so.
because it's such a priority.
It's huge. If you can render that deuce point fairly useless, that's a huge gain.
Well, this is one of those situations too, when you're playing, is to realize that that you're not playing from the mid. It's hard. Like, I'm not sure now, I can't remember how she moved the pieces, but it does get to a situation of saying, okay, what's my last 2? You're hitting and covering. And sometimes if we see the play right away and we hit from the mid, then we're kind of making that play automatically, and we're not sitting around and thinking about where to play the last 2. That happens sometimes as well.
All right, guys,
And
I've got to run.
Okay.
Thanks,
Okay.
everybody.
Take care,
Congratulations,
KG.
Cara. And I'm out of
Thanks,
here.
KG.
Yeah, well
Appreciate
done.
you.
Yeah, well done. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Bye, everybody.
Congrats.
Yeah. Does
Bye.
anyone else want to say anything else here? Or?
I mean, just the last thing in closing, I'd just like to say is Cara's worked really hard. And if you look at her PRs in a lot of the matches in this tournament, she's played fantastic, and she's well deserving of winning this tournament.
Thanks, Jonah.
Cara, thank you so much for coming in at the end too. It's not always easy to do that. And thank you for the commentation and great match, great tournament. 18 matches to get here. It's amazing. Thank you all so very much. Karen had to run, but she wanted me to make sure to just thank everybody who's helped make us be able to do this. So thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thanks,
Roberto,
everyone.
Congrats again.
Christine.
Yep.
I
Take
have
care.
Thank you.
A quick,
See y'all later.
hello?
Yes?
Yes, am I on?